So why is it so hard to understand HTML? And why do we need something better? Programs like Illustrator or InDesign have a language that they use to describe documents. We don't normally see that language, but when files are saved, they are stored in your hard drive in very different formats. Computers know exactly how to speak that language and are very precise about how those files are written. HTML, on the other hand, is not always written by computers. It's largely written by people, and people are different. Now, I'm the type of person that likes to drive home using different routes. People have their own way of doing things. Unlike computers, we often forget things, use slang to communicate, and give people nicknames. We love shortcuts whenever possible, and there's nothing wrong with that. The reason writing browsers is so difficult is that the browsers have to work around people who may forget to insert a title tag or to close a span. We like the fact that in most HTML pages, the order of things or the amount of spacing between tags is irrelevant. We like HTML to be more flexible, like us. Now, there's two solutions to this problem. The first is to make people behave more like computers and write HTML in a way that it's easily understood by them. This is what a version of HTML called XHTML tried to do, with very tough rules on what should be done when people made mistakes. Tags in XHTML, for example, had to be written in lowercase. The second solution is to understand that people aren't machines and provide more flexible rules. This is at the heart of how HTML5 works. It also provides tags that are more descriptive of the types of content people are already using. Let's take a look at the difference between a typical HTML page and an HTML5 page. Our extremely simple page has a navigation, a short article, and an area for a sidebar, plus a footer. Take a look at the simpler doc type on the HTML5 side. The doc type gives instructions to the browser on how to render the page. We don't care about what version of the language the browser needs to use and where the standards-driven document lives that describes the validation parameters of the document. That's what HTML has to do on this side. Notice also a simpler char-set description. This tells the browser the types of characters the page uses. Notice the HTML side has a bunch of elements that we don't really care to write about. New semantic tags like header, nav, footer, article, aside allows us to use things that we've already been doing for years, describing in documents areas where our header lives, our navigation lives, articles are located, and it provides search engines with more information about the semantics of the page. Overall, HTML5 seeks to simplify things, take a look at how and why things are done on websites, and tries to be more people-friendly. I'm really glad for that, and I'm very excited to be able to work with it in this course.